Hello everyone, welcome back to Database session. I hope you are doing very well. In today's session, we are going to learn one of the most important concepts when working with Delta Lake in Databricks, the Delta Table API. Now, until this point in this course, we have working mainly with DataFrame, Spark Transformation, and DataFrame Writer API. That approach worked perfectly fine for many scenarios, but in one major limitation when writing back data into Delta Table, we usually have two options: append and overwrite. Okay, and this become problem in real world project because in actual enterprise system we often need operation like updating a specific record, deleting record, perform upsert, means combining insert, update and delete together, which is called merge. Okay, and this is exactly where Delta Table API become extremely powerful. Okay, so in this video I will explain what is Delta Table API, why do we need Delta Table API, limitation of Delta Frame Writer API, how to create Delta Table instance, difference between for name and for path, advanced Delta Lake operation using Delta Table API like delete, update, insert, and some I will show you real world benefit for Delta Table API. Okay, so let's get started. Now let us understand why DataFrame Writer API is a limitation. So far we loaded data from Delta table into DataFrame or file into DataFrame, and DataFrame API offer only append and overwrite. Append simply add new record into existing table, and overwrite simply remove existing data and recreate new table. It cannot update. DataFrame Writer API cannot update, delete individual record or perform combine upset, means update or insert operation, which limit the table level data maintenance and incremental DML workflow. Okay, and that is why Delta Lake provides something called Delta Table API. And this Delta Table API allow us to interact directly with Delta Table, and instead of only working with data frame, we can now work with Delta Table itself, and this give us advanced capability like update, delete, merge, waste, upsert operation and conditional modification. This makes the Delta Lake much more powerful than traditional Delta Lake. Now let us move on to Databricks for demo. Okay, here is the Databricks. Okay, and I have already created here notebook to save time, Delta Table API called this. I will also provide this documentation in description box as a link. Okay, you can use from those link. Okay, so I have already created here some data set, and to save time, so let me run this again. And here data frame is created. So let's see here, data frame, order ID, customer ID, product, amount, order date and coupon. Okay, for demo purpose I have created. Now let us create here Delta Lake file in this location. Okay, so we mainly use here, you can see here, overwrite, which replace existing data and recreate new file. Okay, so let me run this. So in this location we created here order delta file. Okay, now let us also create here delta table using overwrite. Okay, so call this in this catalog schema, and this is demo order. So let me create here, and you can also use here append to append row in existing table. So I have created in demo yt, go to here demo yt catalog in default, and we created here demo underscore order ID. Okay, you can copy this path and you can use here select star from this table. Okay, you can see here table. Okay, you can see here output. Okay, so we successfully created here demo table in default schema in demo yt database, you can say here. Okay, now before we can perform operation like update, delete, merge, first we need to create instance called delta table instance. Okay, so there is two method to create instance. First, for name method, for name reference catalog table, and here is the syntax. and this target a registered table including catalog 3-level namespace, means catalog, something called database, a schema, and table, and store the result in variable, you can say a dt, to run update, delete, and merge operation against table instance. And second method called for path method. Okay, and use for path to reference the file based delta table, and here is the syntax. Okay, this point to folder containing underscore delta underscore log, this is the transaction log file and parquet file, and this is useful for ad hoc, okay, and external file location outside the meta store. Okay, now let's get back to Databricks for demo. Okay, let me also some skill. First we need to import here delta table API, so you can import from delta underscore tables. Let's import here delta table. Okay, let me run this. Okay, now let us create using for name method. So let me write here heading for name, this is method. So let me create here dt as a variable. Okay, and let me use here delta table API which we imported here from delta.table, and now let me use here for name and provide here argument which is spark first argument, and let's go to here our catalog, and we create here our demo underscore table. Let me go to here three dot and copy this table path. Okay, so this is catalog, this is schema, and this is table name. So let me run this, and let's also check here demo name demo underscore yt. Okay, so let me use this in single quote or double quote. Okay, now it's created here delta table instance. So let me check here using type function what type this is. You can see a delta table is successfully. Now let's also create here using second method, and write here for name method, and for second method is for path method, for path, adding this. Okay, so let me create a variable dt and use here delta underscore table delta table, and use here for path, and first argument is spark, and second argument we need to copy here path. So let me copy this path. Okay, here we create here our file. Let me run this, and let me also check here type. Okay, we successfully created here instance delta table. Okay, so we have two method, for name method which reference to our table, and for path which reference to our file. Okay, so that's it for today's session. So let us summarize. In today's session, we have learned limitation of DataFrame Writer API, difference between append and overwrite, why Delta Table API is needed, benefit of Delta Table operation, and how to create Delta Table instance, difference between for name and for path. So I hope you clearly understand why Delta Table API is such an important feature in Delta Lake and Databricks. In the next video, we will start performing real update operation, delete operation, merge operation, and UPSERT logic using Delta Table API in Databricks and using Python. Okay, so make sure you practice this concept in your own Databricks environment. And if you found this video helpful, please like the video, share it with others, and subscribe to the channel for more practical data engineering and Databricks tutorial. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next session.